Man, I feel like there needs to be that introduction to this massive, highly anticipated boxing match where you've got the announcer in the middle of the rink announcing. In one corner, you've got Aaron Rodgers, former Packer, future Hall of Fame quarterback, and then the other corner you've got Jordan Love, his the person who came right after Aaron Rodgers, and he's looking every bit the part of, man, is this dude going to follow in Aaron Rodgers' footsteps? Is because Aaron Rodgers followed in Brett Favre's footsteps, and the highly anticipated game is here. It has arrived, and this week we are right at the doorstep of history. I'm super pumped up. I cannot wait for this game. I want you guys to leave your comments and let me know, how are you going to be watching this game? It's going to be a battle, and I am super pumped up and excited about it. Of course, there's whole lots of talks on either side of the fight. And here we go. Okay, so the Green Bay Packers just got a massive gift from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so what is that massive gift? Well, the Steelers are rumored to be very distracted at the moment in anticipation for this Packer matchup. And, they could deny it all they want. They could be saying, well, we're just looking ahead to the Super Bowl, but they're wanting to get somebody in Aaron Rodgers' corner prior to this Green Bay Packer game market. The trade deadline is approaching, but they really want somebody alongside DK Metcalf, of a wide receiving duo. Of course, there's been some injuries to this Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiving core, and they're looking to add to that. Okay, so Steelers rumored trade approach with has disaster written all over it. And what's that disaster? And they start talking about it in this article. But the point is the Pittsburgh Steelers are distracted. They need to be focused on this matchup against the Green Bay Packers. But right now, their big priority is how do we get another guy here? Pittsburgh Steelers expected to get underrated wide receiver back for the Green Bay Packer game. It's all about getting guys there. You've got right here another article, Pittsburgh Steelers trade rumor for Ian Rappaport. Fantastic news for Aaron Rodgers. And it's talking about them making moves with a whole lot of teams, the New Orleans Saints being the primary target of who they're going to get. Chris Olave has been rumored to go there. And, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would be not too excited to hear that Chris Olave could potentially be joining, which means you're going to have to give up a lot to go and get Chris Olave, who's got concussion issues, he's got health issues. But when you start talking about this matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, the Green Bay Packers facing off against Aaron Rodgers, I have been waiting for this moment, and we weren't going to see it with the Jets unless the Packers and the Jets met up in the Super Bowl. But you saw it when Brett Favre left and he joined the Minnesota Vikings. Their first matchup wasn't a pretty one for the Packers against, Brett Favre. And Brett Favre, quote unquote, got revenge on his former team, the Green Bay Packers, 38-26. If you remember that game, man, that game was so exciting. Aaron Rodgers, of course, was young. He was in Jordan Love's shoes. And, Aaron Rodgers had a good game, 26 of 41, 3 touchdowns. It was a battle. Favre was 14 of 28, 4 touchdowns. What a game that was, and what a game this is going to be. I don't know if you guys are all as excited as I am. I am super, super pumped up about this matchup. Okay, so we've talked about Aaron Rodgers, following in Brett Favre's footsteps, and man, that dude did a fantastic job filling in for Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers, he filled and met and exceeded every expectation us Packer fans had out there. And then Jordan Love, followed in the same footsteps as Aaron Rodgers did behind Brett Favre. And, he was learning under the best to do it, in my opinion. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is the greatest quarterback of all time. And that can be, I would love to debate somebody on that. But regardless, you've got Jordan Love, who is a fantastically gifted quarterback. And you've got through two seasons, okay, Aaron Rodgers had 4,236 yards. He had 29 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He had a completion percentage of a 64.2, passer rating of a 98.5. Jordan Love had 3,774, very similar there. He was 400 yards behind him, 28 touchdowns. There's one touchdown behind Aaron Rodgers, 11 interceptions, just one interception more. 63.7 completion percentage, which is just 1% and less than 1% than Aaron Rodgers, who was incredibly accurate. There wasn't a more accurate quarterback, in my opinion. And then a passer rating of 96.4, just 2% behind Aaron Rodgers. Make no mistake, Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love are very similar. They're incredibly similar. But let's point out that Aaron Rodgers' third season is essentially Love's average, which is 3,922 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. It wasn't until Aaron Rodgers' fourth season, when he was age 28, where he really took that big leap forward, and where you had to see that from Jordan Love. Keep in perspective that Jordan Love is still a young dude. He's growing into his own, and this is just another stage set for Jordan Love to take that leap forward and to thrive. I think he's going to answer the call. I'm super pumped up about this game. I don't know about you guys, but man, this is going to be a game to be remembered. Okay, so let's take a look at Aaron Rodgers' last performance against the Cincinnati Bengals. They had an opportunity to be 5-1 heading at home against the visiting team Green Bay Packers. Okay, so they did not win that game. In fact, you look at Joe Flacco was 31 of 47, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a monster performance. You were left wondering, okay, where's the defense on either team? Aaron Rodgers had 4 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. One of those interceptions really wasn't an interception, but he was 23 of 34, 249 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had a really good performance, and time is going to tell what defense is going to show up, what Pittsburgh defense is going to show up against the Green Bay Packers offense, because this is a very potent offense. And, we're left wondering sometimes what defense is going to show up of Jeff Hafley against Aaron Rodgers and this Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Now, mind you, I don't think this Pittsburgh Steelers offense is nearly as good as this Packer offense. I don't think this Pittsburgh Steelers defense is nearly as good as this Green Bay Packer defense. And when you look at the coaches, man, what great coaches this is going to be a coaching battle. You've got Mike Tomlin versus Matt LaFleur. This is going to be such a fantastic game. Let me know. Leave your comments. Where are you going to be watching the game? What are you going to be eating? For me, this is like a pre-Super Bowl game. I love it. I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this matchup between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to come out on top, and it's going to be an exciting game. Can't wait to talk about this more as the week goes on. Leave your comments, and as always, go Pack Go.